I brought it up, and Jay was telling me, they're gonna corral, but just just do what you do best, get to the rim, and I think a few guys corralled. I got to the spin move, and I saw the lane, and I just went up, and it went in, and the buzzer sound, so it was a perfect ending right there.
Kevin, we're looking at the pictures here, and you didn't stop making a straight face the whole time. What was going through your head when you saw it went in?
Man, I was a lot of relief. Actually, more than anything, I was just like, man, thank God we're going to Cleveland, because that's all these guys and everybody in the locker room was trying to do is just get to Cleveland, man. No matter if it's an ugly win or whatnot, at this point of the year, Coach always says it's all about the W. So I was relieved that the ball went in, and I actually couldn't breathe when they were all jumping on me. At some point, I was like, yo, get off me. But it was a great feeling for sure.
You guys have had a lot of finishes like this, especially at home. It's just kind of put like a cap on what's been the home games for you guys this year.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a theme all year, close games. I don't know why we do this, but at the same time, it might be a blessing in disguise, because now we're so used to this that the guys, we stick together no matter what. We were down 6 at some point. Man, we were just saying, we've been here before. That's what we do, and that's going to be great for us going to Cleveland.
How do you stay strong? Both of you guys stay strong. You guys had a lot of criers around the rim tonight. Just stuff to just, Danny in particular, I think, what did he end up shooting? 3 for 13. I bet you he had 4 or 5 and just got on the rim and wouldn't drop. I think, Zabo, you had one that went one time to get the foul. How do you keep your composure and just stay focused enough that the next one's going to go in without being hesitant?
I think it comes from our teammates. We all just try to keep each other confident, just let each other know that we believe in each other, and we just anytime that happens, we just tell whoever it was that shot the shot to just stay confident and that the next one's going to go in.
Let's talk about that 3 you hit. So that situation was a huge block. You're down 4 at that point.
We had Kev was driving to the basket a lot. I knew he was going to be able to get into the lane, and it got to a point where I knew that eventually they were going to be able to suck in. And we had talked about it before, so he came off the screen and they sucked in, and I just shot it.
Other thing, you guys did a good job on Germany. 12 points. That's pretty good. Just kind of talk about slowing them down.
German, he's a talented player. So yeah, like you said, it's a team effort slowing him down. So we just try to stay in the gaps, try to make get the ball out of his hand as much as we can, because we know how good of a scorer he is. So we just try to just make it tough for him.
Danny Pippen had 6 blocks tonight. Both of you, talk about what it's like to play with a guy who is such an enforcer now at the rim.
Yeah, I mean, he's a lifesaver, really. Our main thing is, trying to make it harder on the perimeter guys to drive to the rim, trying to make him turn once or twice. But, if we can, we always can count on Danny, and that's something we worked on. Do not foul the perimeter guys when they drive. Let him get to Danny, and Danny will clean it up.
Started out last year with a real tough game at home, and then kind of obviously evolved. Do you feel like after you survive a game like this, it actually kind of gives you a little bit of a ride in the rest of the tournament?
Yeah, I think so. I think games like this give us momentum. Just going from experience, like you said, last year we played a game just like this, and it gave us the momentum going into Cleveland, and I feel like we had that same. We're gonna continue to have that same momentum going into Cleveland this time. So we just gotta just keep fighting.
Anything else for the players?
All right, fellas. Get some rest.
Yes,
Great
sir.
job, Kev. Stay off the Instagram all night. Right?
We'll open it up to questions for Coach.
Rob, it seemed y'all, one thing, you might have put some shackles on German, but Levi Bradley went on a hot streak at the start of the second half, and he continued throughout the full 20 minutes. Just had any thoughts?
Yeah, he's a good, very, very good player, and when it's hard to stop everyone on their team, but at the end of the day, they scored 59 points, right? So we did a really good job, probably our best defensive game of the season by far overall, and Levi Bradley certainly made some, he made some tough shots and he made some big shots for them. But we made just enough plays. Danny had 6 blocks. I'm assuming a couple of them might have been on him because that was sort of his matchup. But just overall, just finding a way to make enough plays, to me, was what the game was about.
You talked a lot about Kevin and how hard he's worked all year. And
Yeah.
Kind of put himself in a position to make a play like that and then to see it happen.
Yeah, really happy for him. I mean, obviously happy for the whole team, but really happy for him that he has this moment because, he really has worked incredibly hard all year long. And, he's a guy that I think deserved, to make a play like this to help us continue and to help him continue his career. So, at the end, a lot of times, more times than not, we would give the ball if the play would have been for Jalen Avery at the end as sort of the point guard. But in the timeout, we said get the play, if he had made it, was going to be for Kevin, and when he missed it, to get it to Kevin and let him make that play. As a senior, I think that's who you're going to go down with if you're going to go down.
He had that, I think it was 5 straight 20-game
Yeah.
game stretch, and then he struggled for a little bit.
Yeah, you know what? Again, I think a lot of guys, it's not easy when people start to key. I mean, last year he averaged 5 points a game, right? So, when people start to know who you are, they start to really focus on you and try to make it hard for you. And, then you have to make another adjustment. And I think Kevin's sort of done that of late, finding where his confidence is and where he can make plays. And obviously tonight he had a big game for us. Jalen Walker, he struggled shooting the ball, but he did so many other things that I thought helped us. And he's a threat, so Kevin's able to drive a little bit when he's on that side, a little more than even when he's not shooting it well, because everybody pays attention to him.
Talk about Danny a little bit.
Yeah.
What you've seen out of him, his energy and his effort is there night in and night out.
Yeah.
How was he grown as a player?
Yeah, he's gotten better. I mean, for me to think about him playing 37 minutes in a game at the beginning of the year, he couldn't go 2 trips without being completely exhausted. I remember the Wright State game in particular. He had a double-double in that game, but when you watch him play, it was he could barely run up and down the floor. So to see the growth in him, it's great to see. He had 2 threes that literally were 2/3 of the way down. He also had a layup around the rim that was 2 layups around the rim that was 2/3 of the way down. So, he was in weeks past or months past for sure, maybe even weeks past, that would have really impacted his rebounding and his defense. But he competed through it all, and I thought he made some huge plays down the stretch for us on the glass. Well, listen, that's what it seems like. I mean, it's amazing. Give them credit. Again, when it's your last game, and there was a point there in the first half where we could have stretched it out, and then they made back-to-back threes at the end of the first half. 2 guys that, if you look at their percentages, you would say they're not going to both make them. They're more likely both going to miss them based upon percentages. But they both went in, and instead of being up double figures at halftime, we were up 6. And then Levi Bradley really started out the second half really, really well for them, and we struggled. We struggled to score. Donis again being in foul trouble, I think sometimes impacts us, and but we figured out a way, and that's really right now. Early in the season, you'd look at film and try to figure out what do we need to do better, and at this point, we are who we are, right? This is the team that we have, and as long as we fight and keep playing as hard as we can play, that's what we're trying to do. We're certainly not a perfect team by any stretch, but we also have never shown, it's certainly in this building, we haven't shown any quit in us when things haven't gone well. And to me, that's more important than being the best offensive or the best defensive team. Like when you'll just compete until the buzzer, I think that says a lot about you. Yeah. Yeah, happy for him. Again, I sort of feel like, our team was ranked rated the fifth in the league out of 12, and we only had 1 third-team all-conference player. I sort of feel like that he probably should have been higher than that, you know, in my opinion. But, you know, it is what it is. I'm proud of him because it's not easy to get on any of the all-conference teams in this league. We have 12 teams in the conference, a lot of good players, and only, you know, 15 guys get selected. But, you know, proud of him for that. And tonight, again, you know, over the last 6 games now, his assist-to-turnover ratio is where it needs to be and what a really good, you know, 2-guard should have, which has been great. And tonight, again, he rebounded. He had 8 rebounds, and he was a big part of the whole game plan on German. Jalen Avery did a great job, obviously. Kevin, Dez, when Dez was in those 10 minutes, he guarded him the entire time, and Jalen Walker. So we needed, because of how we were defending, we needed a guard to really defensive rebound at a high level tonight. They had 20 offensive rebounds in their most recent game. So Jalen Walker did that tonight, and sometimes you got to sacrifice some other stuff to win, and I think he certainly was more than willing to do that today.
You had 14 productive minutes out of Akeem Fred.
Yeah.
Talk about what you got out of him.
He was great, man. He was great. He provided a ton of energy. I thought this was it was really important for us that we needed a front court kid. Some games we could play with 4 guards a lot. In this game, you can't because they're playing with 2 post players the entire time. So we needed him to help us, and he absolutely delivered tonight. His minutes were really, really productive, and I think energized our team.
You guys had a lot of success at home.
Yeah.
Away from here, not so much. How do you take this type of win and move it forward?
Yeah, you know what? I think everything that's on your record, all that stuff at this point is absolutely, you throw all of that out right now. I don't think what we've done, I mean, we're not playing on the road, we're playing neutral site, and if anything, we'll have more fans there than anybody, I would think. And at this stage, I don't think anybody is thinking about anything in terms of, well, we didn't play well on the road this year, we were great at home. I think if we win on Thursday against Ball State, it's going to be because we played a little bit better than them or a lot better than them. Or if they win, it's going to be because they played a little bit better or a lot better than us. It doesn't have anything to do with anything other than that.
There we go.
All right, fellas. Thank you. Appreciate you guys being here.